Hi, welcome back to the weekly specialty produce Shamrock Fresh. Today we're going to look at 7 different items, and with fall coming up, we wanted to highlight a few items that are going to be great going into those cooler months. So we'll start right here. We've got fresh fava beans. This is a 10-pound case, and the one thing I want to tell you is don't let the outside of the bean fool you, because a lot of times customers will send them back when they start to see decay. Fava beans break down very quick. What you need to do is get to the inside, because obviously you peel it once, you blanch these off, you peel it again. More than likely, the bean on the very inside is bright green and has no breakdown, where the outside may have quite a bit. So just keep that in mind when you receive this product. But fava beans, what a great fall, winter item to add onto a menu. The next item is the cipollini onions, and as you can see, these are the unpeeled. This is a 10-pound case. We also do carry a peeled cipollini, but kind of dependent on your application, this may fit a little bit better, so just something else to keep in mind. And then we also want to highlight a mushroom this week. So this one is our honshimijis. They're also known as honey mushrooms or beach mushrooms. This is the lighter version. There are 12 of these 3.5-ounce packs in a case. I love these mushrooms because when you saute them, they don't break down. They, in my opinion, they have somewhat of a meaty flavor. I say that only in the sense that they hold up. They have a little bit of a crunch even when they've been sauteed and cooked down. But also, I love the product because of the shelf life. With it being in the package, typically they'll hold in your cooler for at least a week, sometimes more. So here's another fun fall item. This is the sunchoke, or the Jerusalem artichoke. And a lot of times you can see here, we'll cut one open. It's nice and white on the inside. It is a root vegetable, and typically chefs will either blanch this and peel it, or they'll roast it off in the oven and peel it. If you were to scrub the outside of the skin, you'll find that you really don't even need to peel it. You can cook it off, cut it into pieces, maybe saute it with the fava beans that we just looked at, something of that nature. Great item as kind of a different vegetable to incorporate maybe underneath your protein for the fall and winter months. Next item also just came into season. These are our Australian blood oranges. Now this is the very first shipment we have in. So the one thing I can tell you about that is they're going to be a little more expensive because it is the beginning of the Australian season, but look at the color. I mean, you got this great deep orange, deep red in there. It's good for vinaigrettes. A lot of people like using the segments as garnish with salads, things like that. But, you know, unique flavor. It is a flavor of an orange, but just a little bit more tart. Sometimes sweet when we get further into the season, but a fun item to work with. And then here, as we always do, we're highlighting a microgreen. This one is our micro mint, and if you get in there pretty close, you can see it. It definitely resembles a mint leaf, like maybe what you'd have growing in your garden. It's a little bit milder than pure mint is, but if you're doing, you know, say you're even serving something like lamb, where mint is a nice accompaniment, you don't want to stick with the old school mint jelly, this would be something to kind of modernize that dish and offer something that's kind of with today's trends, being the microgreens as a garnish versus the old school items that would go with it. So just something else to look at. And then our final item here is our clipped haricot vert, or our French green beans. And you can see they come already cleaned. There's 5 of the packs in this case, so it's 5 2-pounders. It's a 10-pound case. Shelf life is really good on these. Different times of year, they'll have a little bit more moisture in them than others, just based off of what's going on with Mother Nature, but you know, cuts out the labor. If you've ever tried taking a box of French green beans and line them all up to clip off the ends, it's very time consuming, so this is something that would definitely be a labor saver and well worth the few extra bucks it may cost compared to a non-clip product. So once again, 7 different items. This is just to start getting us in the mood for fall and some of the menu changes that we're probably looking at. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again next week.